everyone, this is Love and Sparkles. This is Cindy, and this is the whipping chat I promised you, and I'm doing her lips, her face. Now, where did I put my, there it is. Okay. So, let me see what I need, where I'm at. All right. Just trying to decide what I need here. I think I got you high enough. You might see my hand move in and out, but I'm not going to hit you. And usually I hit you. If I can get this film out of here. Their film was so daggum thin that it's horrible to work with. Let me tell you guys. This plastic is horrible. I mean, it is like whisper thin. When I finally get it up here, you'll see what I'm talking about. And it would tear, and it's awful to work with, guys. Look how thin that plastic is. That is the thinnest stuff. I'm going to do that whole area, so I'm just trying to get it out of there. So I can get it out of the way. All right. That is awful. Awful, awful, awful. Okay. I don't have any of that. I do have some hearts, I think. Do I? No. No hearts. No little hearts, so don't need that. Where is that hearts? No, that's... I swear that looks like a little piece of poo. See? Looks like a little poo puddle. But I don't have no little poo puddles. So no poo puddles. Stars. Any stars in there? No. No stars in there. A lot of color blocking in there, though. Which is odd for Josephine Wall. No hearts. Any equals? No equals. Any H's? Excuse me, guys. I don't see any H's. Any R's? Don't see any R's, but I do see a couple M's. Running out of M's, so hope there's not a whole lot more left. Hope there's not a lot left because I'm running low on them. It's number 349, so I imagine I have some somewhere. I bought another wind chime mold. What was it? I think it was a starburst. So that would give me the heart, the crescent moon, and a starburst. So now I have two wind chime molds. I think I'll do one for my aunt for her birthday. Because she's got wind chimes everywhere. Everywhere. Her whole front porch is in wind chimes. And I'm going to redo some of mine on the back porch because they have, fallen apart. Falling apart. My little friend came over last night, and at least he went in and worked a little on my bedroom and did make it to where I could get in my closet, which was awesome because I was able to put my clothes away finally. instead of having them piled 9 miles tall on top of my dryer. So I was able to actually put clothes away. So I told him, I said, I can just leave them piled on the dryer. You know, I can do a workaround. So he got that done. And did get some of the trim. And I guess instead of painting it white, we're just going to leave it brown. Which is fine with me. And it looks okay. It looks, I guess it won't be as blaringly, you know, blow you out of the water. So that is fine with me. And so that one part of the wall is done. And he prepped another wall to do the lavender. So another wall is ready to go, and then wrap around and go to another wall. So that part is done. And we're going to get her lips and her nose and her cheek done today. Okay. Oh, and I see another piece. And look, it's like little itty. Oh, and where did you go? You fell down somewhere. I mean, it's like, I hate the plastic on this thing. I think I only have that one other. Now I have two. I have a Millennium Tree and Dancing Dragon Dancers. And I think that's the only two I have left of theirs. Let me tell you guys, it took me forever to find Dragon Dancers. Forever. But I did finally find it. I will kit it up, and that's what I'm going to do for Phoenix Fantasy. Because she said if it was a large canvas, you could, you know, it could be in progress. So. And it's a large canvas. It's huge. I think it's 100 by something. So it's massive. And I'm sorry, but I'm on kind of a no. I bought the butterfly one, but that's because I bought it with my reward points to get them used. And other than that, so I only spent like $20. I'm on a no-buy as far as canvases. I have been buying molds from Temu, but I'm still not spending a whole lot because I'm getting them on the flash sales and stuff like that. So it's like I'm getting them for like 90% off. I mean, like massive discounts. Like, I don't know if you watched that one video I have, but that big gigantic ass butterfly, I paid a fourth of what the cost was. I mean, it was normally supposed to be like a $25, $29 mold, and I got it for like a fourth of it. I mean, like massive, huge. And it's like huge. And I just ordered some mold release spray because I watched someone do it, and they had a really difficult time demolding it. And we're like, yeah, if they do it again, they were just going to use mold release spray. So I just went ahead and got on Amazon because I'm going to use mold release spray before I do that sucker. Because, yeah, I don't want to go through that and take a chance of breaking the mold after you use that much resin. And update, me and my friend have tried to salvage that first one. That was the epic fail. And we are unable to. We get it up and then it falls back over. So what we are going to do is put it in a bag and take it out. And we are just going to smash it into little bitty pieces. And use the little pieces because they look like glass and they are beautiful. And we're going to use those little pieces as filler into other projects. You know, might as well save the stuff and use it in something else, you know, instead of wasting it. Because you could use it around the thing if you're going to make bowls or something like that. And I might actually, because you don't want to use bowls that you eat out of, you know, to use to make bowls and stuff. And so I may go into like Goodwill or whatever, thrift stores, and find me some cheap bowls to use as molds to drape over or to drape in. You know, something just to shove them down into. Or maybe even go Dollar Tree and just buy a couple of big bowls to shove them into. You know, for $1.25, I'm just going to shove this into it just to mold into. And just kind of, you know, do that. And it was so funny. My grandkids have decimated that back bathroom so bad when they, you know, were littler. And I cleaned around the toilet, but when my ex's mother was here, we had one of those medical, you know, raise the toilet arm things on there for her. And I never could get that thing off there. I got the arms off, but I couldn't get the back thing off. And you couldn't clean around it and all that stuff. And he was like, that toilet's it's just. And so when I was at Walmart the other day, I just bought a new toilet seat. I said, I got a thing the other day. I said, that toilet seat's just toast. I said, so I was like, voila, present. And he said, yeah, I was going to get one too. He said, because it's just beyond hope back there. And so we both was going to get the same thing, but we got a new toilet seat for that toilet back there because he was like, you know, I've been plumbing for a long time, but that takes the cake back there. He said, them boys. I said, yeah, I know. I said, I finally got them boys trained, but oh my God, it was hard. And I think that's why their parents brought them out here. That way they didn't have to do it. Because it was rough. It was really rough. I mean, now it's done. And I'm going to have a new toilet seat. But oh my God, it was bad. And I'd clean it and go back in there and it would just be decimated again. It's like, how do you guys do this? I mean, do you guys practice? What do you do? I mean, he was like, you know, I've been a plumber for a while, but I haven't ever. And I was like, I know. It's like, it's bad. It's like, I think they work at it. I said, and they finally got a little better when I started making them go in there with scrubbing pads and clean up their messes. I said, but they've already made it so bad you can't get it off. He said, yeah, you need a hazmat suit to go near the damn thing. And I said, yeah, I know. So, yeah, I just bought brand new toilet seat. And then I'm going to scare the life out of them boys because it's going to be, you do this toilet seat, what you did the last toilet seat, and you're not going to be able to sit on the toilet seat. Because the youngest one's like fixing to turn 8. So it's going to be like, yeah, ain't happening no more. Not happening. And then like the one that's fixed, I think he's just turned 9. I think he just turned 9. And he still wets the bed at night. I told my daughter, I said, they have medicine. I said, talk to your doctor. I said, they have DDAVP for if they're still wet in the bed at that age, that they can give them to give at night, because it's their bladders, are still producing like daytime urine at night, and they can't wake up. I said, and it just slows down the amount of urine they make at night. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. I said, talk to your doctor. I said, maybe they'll put him on some DDAVP at night. It's just some nose spray he's squirting his nose at night. And she's like, well, I'm going to talk to my doctor and see what they'll do. Because it's usually boys, especially if they have ADHD, and it's just their body hasn't caught up yet. And so she said she's going to call our doctor and see what they could do, because, he's 9 years old and he still wets the bed. It's just they can't. I mean, they've tried everything, and they can't. He's one of those, he can't spank him. He just shuts down. And then he'll go into this, well, then just, cut off my head, shoot me, kill me, I don't care. So he's in counseling, and they're trying all this other stuff. It's like they're at their wits' end. I feel bad for him. But we're getting down to the very nitty-gritty of this one. I've got probably a 30 by 45 area left on it. Maybe a 30 by 40 area. 30 by 45. So we're getting down to it. And this was a pretty good sized canvas. And I mean, there's days, like I've been doing the resin, and like when Jim's over at night and we're watching TV, I don't work on it. And, so there's days I don't get a whole lot done on it. So, just depends what's going on. I mean, like when he's not here, then I work on it. But if we're watching, like we've been watching the originals, and so when we're watching the originals, I watch TV with him, and I'm not working on it. So it just depends. And then, of course, my grandson, when he was over that one weekend, well, he gave me a nice little head cold present. And so I was kind of down for the count for about 4 days. Now, of course, if I take my elderberry syrup, I took it for about 4 days. And then I took Alka-Seltzer, plop, plop, fizz, fizz, flu and cold for about 4 days. And lo and behold, my little head cold was gone. Now, of course, seasonal allergies have kicked up. So I'm doing stinging nettle in my coffee every day, sometimes twice a day, and that's helping. So, because everything out here is like, hey, spring, we're gonna bloom. I mean, everything is in full bloom. It's like snowing outside. It literally looks like it's snowing, and it's not snow. It is pollen. The pollen is coming down hard. Now, when the oaks start coming down, that's when I'm going to die. It is going to be, like, horrid. Now, our overnight stay at the haunted hotel is this Saturday. It's this Saturday. So, that's going to be cool. That is going to be cool beans. It was so funny. You should have seen his face. I said, now we're supposed to be there at 4, chickens at 4. But I was thinking we'd leave at noon, just in case, just in case. And he goes, just in case what? I said, you never know what happens. We could get behind traffic or, you never know what happens. I said, it's the military things, 15 minutes early. It's like, that has never left me. He started laughing. He said, I know. He said, I know. I said, he's just never left. It never went bye-bye. I always leave early just in case. I usually don't need just in case, but I always leave early for just in case. And he just started chuckling. And he don't know it, but he's driving. I hate long drives. I don't want to drive. So he's going to drive. I'm not driving. Not driving. It's like a 3-hour drive. But of course, you could get behind a tractor that, wants to do 30 miles an hour. So that's going to take your fastest thing and, make it like God knows. You never know. You could get behind a wreck and be stuck there for a while. You just never freaking know. You just don't know. So I just always leave early. And since I will never tell him how much his birthday present cost, but his birthday present cost a freaking mint. I really don't want to, have anything happen to where it falls through, because it cost a freaking mint. It wasn't no $90 a night stay. It was God. If he knew how much it was, he would crap. I mean, of course, I wanted to go too, which is why I did it, because it's something I wanted to do, but I don't want to do it by myself. But, yeah. Because it's something we were talking one night, and he was like, yeah, I've always wanted to do that, and I was like, yeah, so have I. So when I found out when his birthday was, I was like, yeah, that'd be a cool thing. So for his birthday present, that's what I got him. And then I went ahead and signed us up for the ghost tour, so. It's just like, yeah, nice, cool thing to do. And he's been working so hard on the daggum house. And he won't let me pay him. This is kind of a way to pay him, too. I mean, he fixed the floor. And he fixed my door frame. And, I mean, basically I gave him 2 pictures, but now he doesn't have his place to live because his sister took it. And so, I mean, he's got the pictures, but he has nowhere to put them up at. So it's kind of like, I guess I could let him put them up in my living room. At least he could look at them, or the kids' living room. And when he's here, he can kind of look at them. That way he can kind of at least look at his pictures. Because I gave him Golden Glade for doing them. And then I bought him a dream catcher, the wolf dream catcher. And did it. So he's got the wolf dream catcher. He just don't have no walls right now to put him on. So he's got them, but he don't have walls. That's like I still got to do Oh Holy Night from Captured by Radiance for my daughter. Because that was bought for my daughter, so I need to get it going and done. And then I need to, I think the mold will be in Monday or so. But I don't need to do it till closer to Christmas. Because that'll be a Christmas present. And it'll be, you know, an easy 24-hour get it done thing. So I don't have to worry about it. Because it'll be easy peasy. And then, of course, the Captured by Radiance one, that'll be like a 2-3 week do it and then go get it dry mounted. And then E6000 a thing on the back of it for her. And that'll be her Christmas picture that she can hang up on her wall. You know, and she can hang it up on her house, in her house for Christmas. And then I'll have to go get a bottle of cupcake. She loves cupcake Moscato. You know, Moscato wine and the cupcake version of it. And I'll get her a bottle of that and then get that, make a geode wine glass holder and bottle holder and do it as a geode with purple and like gold flake in it, and do that for her Christmas present. It's really beautiful. And actually, you know, like, you can make them with up to 4 glasses. They have one that holds 4 glasses. So you could actually, you know, do one that holds 4 glasses. So like if you're having 4 people over, you could have 4 glasses with a bottle of wine in the middle. So I'm going to start having quite a bit of stuff. I don't know if I'll just put it in my Love and Sparkles group. And just have a separate area in there that people can go look at the stuff. Once I get it done, see what they think. Because who knows, maybe I'll start selling some of it. I've figured out that I can make right now about $4,000 a year before I would have to start actually paying taxes. Because I'm trying not to pay taxes. So I can make about $4,000 before it starts affecting me with my disability. Oh, man. You know, and as long as I'm not doing it full time and I'm just doing it on the side, I don't think it would hurt that much. There we go. Almost. Almost. Got that one done. Okay, now what color? What color? Oh, this one. And see, it's all color blocking. It is. Well, mostly. Big chunks of color blocking. And I'm using a 6-placer. Is it a 6? No, 5-placer. Take that back. I'm using a 5. But I'm actually doing like 1 at a time, 2 at a time. And you can do that. You just pick up 1. Like right there, I just picked up 1. So you don't have to use it as a 5. I mean, I'm picking up 1, I'm picking up 2. I mean, it is a 5-placer, but, you know, you pick up what you need. I mean, I'm picking up 1, I'm picking up 2. You know, I'm picking up whatever I need. And I have found that I like the metal more than I like the plastic. So whenever I get, and I haven't bought a new pen in a long time, but when I have a new pen, the first thing I do is I'll change it out to a metal tip. First thing. Immediately. New tip. Oh, I missed a pink. And if you find that you miss one, don't feel bad. Even us old hats miss one. We really do. It is, I mean, just go back and get it. Because we really do. It is, we all do it. Now see this one? I'm going to put 1 and then 4. So I picked up all 5, but I dropped 1 and then I dropped 4. And then 1 and 1. I mean, literally, you just pick up what you need. Just pick up what you need. My poor friend, when we're watching originals, a lot of times he'll fall asleep. And he was so lost because he was like, we're at the part where Rebecca got dumped in that crazy house for witches. And that witch is leaving the messages on the floor for her. And left a message saying she was Freya. And he's like, who's that? And I said, oh my God, that's her sister. He goes, her sister? What do you mean? I said, yeah, you know, the one that was like given up as like to the crazy aunt as a sacrifice, you know. And he goes, what do you mean? I was like, I was like, yeah, I was like the firstborn, you know, the sister that they were all told was dead. And he was like, nah. And I was like, yeah, it's like her older sister. I mean, he was just like so confused. He's like, I'm so confused. But he gets in the chair and he gets relaxed. And then he goes to sleep. goes to sleep sitting up. And I don't dare wake him, you know, because he's a combat veteran, which means he's got PTSD, and so it's like, don't dare. No way, no how. Not going there. I'm smarter than that. No way. Oops, sorry guys. Sorry for that. It's like, no way am I doing that. So it's like, not even am I gonna do that. Because I stand about 2 feet from the chair and just keep saying his name to wake him up if I need to wake him up. It's like, I ain't even. I mean, I'm a nurse, an ex-nurse, and let me tell you, I have been thrown across the floor. I have hit the wall. I have been hit by ex-veterans. I have learned my lesson about don't touch them, don't get within striking distance of them, they will hurt you. So, and they don't mean to. It's just they wake up and they wake up swinging. So, yeah. And I did ask him. I was like, okay, inquiring minds need to know. How do I need to wake you up? You know. I said, especially if we're going to be spending the night together. He said, well, be about 3 feet away. You know, I mean, if we're in the bed together, you know, if I go to bed and I know you're there, you're pretty much okay. He said, but if we're not, and you got to wake me up, be about 3 feet away and just keep saying my name till I wake up. He said, now, if you're in the bed and I know you're there, you're okay. He said, but if you're not and you need to wake me up, he said, you know, be about 3 feet away and just keep saying my name until I wake up. I was like, okay, that's what I needed to know. He said, as long as you know, I know you're there, then you're okay. He said, but if I don't know you're there and you come up and you touch me, I come up, you know, swinging. Because if you're not supposed to be there touching me, there's not supposed to be nothing touching me. It's like I come up fighting. And I lived with this man for a year, and I'm finding out things now. Because he didn't tell me all this when we lived together. I'm just now finding shit out. I mean, I know more now than I did then. He has let me in more now than when we lived together. So I guess he trusts me now more, you know, because I know a whole lot more now. Like I told him, I said, I trust you with everything except for time. He just chuckled. I said, because your time and real time are two different time factors. You have gym time. And he said, that's true. He said, unless it's something we really have to be at a specific time. He said, then I'm better. He said, but yeah, I do kind of have a gym time. I said, yes, you do. I said, you have your own version of time, and it's gym time. He said, now, if I know that it's pertinent that we be somewhere at a specific time, then I'm, you know, I'll be there. He said, like, if I gotta be somewhere for, like, Thanksgiving dinner, it's, you know, like, it's family, and then I'll be there. You know, stuff like that. But other than that, you know, no. I mean, like, when we had Thanksgiving and he was supposed to be there at noon, he was actually early. He was there before everyone else, which I was surprised. I was surprised. So, you know, if it's a specific thing and he's supposed to be there at that time, he is there. But if it's a maybe thing, or, you know, around that time, yeah, then it's a maybe. A maybe thing. Now, finally, I bought a thing to charge the car. It's a charger trickle maintainer. It repairs it, it charges it, it does all kinds of things. And I put my car on it, and so it's out there doing its thing. So hopefully it'll charge it up. And actually, it wasn't doing jack squat, so my son was like, maybe your extension cord's bad. Go get a new extension cord. So I did. I drove all the way in town, bought another 150 feet of extension cord, or about 125 feet. So I bought 125 feet of extension cord. And I plugged it in, and it didn't do nothing. And I was like, what the hell? And then I went over to where the plug-in was, and the big dog had got over there and wallowed around and unplugged the thing, which meant the first one was probably okay. So now I got 3 of them, which means I actually have one that I can take out to the shed, which would be great because I can plug a light in there now and actually be able to see in there. So that'd be awesome. That will be awesome. We went out there and we fogged that big pile of stuff that was by the door. And I killed all the spider webs. You know, so it doesn't look so intimidating. All the webbing is gone. Because all the men are scared of spiders. They'll go around snakes, but they scared to death of spiders. Which is hilarious, but yeah, they're scared to death of spiders. But they'll be out there with snakes. I guess because the snakes are bigger and they can see them. I don't know. Then they shoot them. Which in this state they're really not supposed to, but they do anyway. It's like, whatever. And actually I got a dog that says, don't shoot him, I'll kill him. He's like, if they get near me, because he's been bit by him, he's like, they get near me, I'm killing them. He'll sit there and pick them up and snap them. He just starts slinging them and snapping them. And I'm like, I'm not getting in the middle of that stuff. You just go for it, big boy. Because that dog is huge, 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 huge. So he can just do whatever he wants. He wants to sit there and beat up a snake. He can beat up a snake. Because I'm not getting in the middle of it. Because he'll pick that snake up and he will just sling it all over the place. And I was like, you go for it, because I'm not getting in the middle of that crap. And I did not know dogs could do that, but yeah. They just pick them up and they whip them back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it just breaks their backs, and yeah. And then it's called Snake No More. And of course we got copperheads and cottonmouths and everything else about here. And supposedly you get bit by a copperhead and it won't kill you. They just tell you to take Benadryl. So if you go to the hospital, all they're going to do is give you Benadryl. So you might as well just take Benadryl. I did not know that. But my friend said, yeah, I was bit. And I went to the hospital, had a humongous bill, and all they did was give me Benadryl. I was like, you are kidding. And he said, nope. He said, all they do is give you Benadryl. I was like, what? He said, yep, Benadryl. I was like, holy crap. And he was like, that's it. He said, the only one they really worry about is the cottonmouth. And that's because the water it's usually in is really nasty. And they're worried about infection setting up from the water. And you going septic. And I was like, well, I'll be darned. So they want you to go in. Sometimes they'll give you anti-venom. But it's more for the antibiotic. I was like, well, I'll be darned. I said, I would just prefer not to get bit at all. If you really want to know, I just don't want to get bit. No bitey. I said, I don't like sneaky at all. I said, they are horrible. Don't like them, don't like them, don't like them, don't like them. Okay. I know. Oh. I had a cup of coffee already. You hear her over there? She just has a blooming fit. Oh, I forgot to tell my son that when Jim was at the store the other day, he went and looked for Hot Wheels because he collects Hot Wheels. He found a Snoopy Hot Wheel. He found a Star Trek Hot Wheel. He found some really cool ones, actually. He found, what was the other one? Oh, a Batman Hot Wheel. I thought that was so freaking cool. I love the Star Trek one, you know, because I like Star Trek. But he found a Star Trek Hot Wheel. I mean, it was literally the Enterprise as a Hot Wheel. I mean, he come out with those and he looked like he'd just come out of the candy store. He was like, look what I found. Okay, let me see what else I got here. Any more of these little things? Yeah, one more. So I'm trying to do it by symbol. That way I can just knock them out. I think I got all that one. Of course, I missed one dot there. I'll have to go back and get a dot. Go back and get a dot. One stupid little dot. See? Like I said, don't feel lonely. Don't feel lonely. We all do it. Okay. Y. Filling in some holes. Y. Oh, I missed another dot. And a Y. And a dot. Oh, another dot. And I'm using these pretty placers, and this one's lavender and sage. And I'm just at the very end, just scraping off, kind of like and I'm using NYX's Frog Farts in my multi-placer. Okay, got all that. Go up there and see, I'm just filling in holes now. I don't know what's that. I'm just filling in holes. And let's see, just go up there. Go there. And go there. And there, there, and there. And for the eclipse, I know everyone's heard about the eclipse, or should have. My house is smack dab in the middle of totality. So I am going to just sit out in my yard and watch it. I mean, my kids, they're all like, oh, we get to see it. But they're like on the outskirts of it. But I'm like smack dab in the, smack dab of the 4 minutes. They get like the few minutes of it. I'm in the 4 minutes. I'm like in the main line of it. And on the Family Dollar now, at least they're acknowledging and putting it out there that they're closing their doors at 5. I drove all the way into town, guys. Drove all the way into town, because their closing time was 7. Drove all the way into town and get there, and they're like, nope, we're locking our doors at 5 because we had a busy day. I was like, what the hell? You got to be kidding. No, corporate told us we could. We had a busy day. I was like, for real? And they're closing, so I guess they can do what the hell they want. But I was like, whoa, that's just crazy. I was like, I wished I'd known that. I wouldn't have drove in. I mean, that's kind of bullshit, but okay. I mean, dang. I mean, I was like, that's kind of crappy. And I guess I'm lucky because my friend, he was taking care of his mom, who had a stroke. And so he had found all these medicine cups at the thrift store. At a thrift store or whatever, and bought them, and so he's got all these leftover medicine cups. And so he's like, I got all these medicine cups I can give you. And I was like, really? Because, man, doing resin, you go through them like hotcakes, which I did not realize. And so he's, yeah, I'll go figure out where I got them at, and I'll get them to you. So I was like, oh, thank you, because, you go through them like, no matter, it's like crazy. Because like when you're doing your tumblers and stuff, you only use 30 mils. So you use those little bitty little bitty medicine cups to do them. And when you're doing little bitty amounts of color, you only mix it up in 30 mils and, little cups. In fact, for like bigger amounts, I'm going to get me some little Dixie cups and stuff and put them in that. And so I was like, thank you. Because I don't want to have to buy 9 zillion little bitty freaking medicine cups. As it is, I'm going to go look for like hobby or not Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree, and see about popsicle sticks and coffee stir sticks and stuff like that. And get them there instead of, paying the high dollar at Hobby Lobby and crap. Because they think they're gold there. So, yeah. I'm going to go to these cheaper stores and get them there. Because I was like, yeah, no. Just like, unless I'm wanting specific kinds of glitter, I'm getting them at the cheaper stores, and kind of mixing my own up. Make my own, like, glitters and stuff. Yeah. And for some pigment paste, I just took my eyeshadow and smashed it up and mixed it with resin and made my own stuff. Made some really cool colors. I don't wear them on my eyes. Do something else with them. At least I did something with them instead of them just sitting in there and on my counter. I might even do it with the blush, because I don't really wear it. So I might as well do something with it. Make some cool colors with it. My girlfriend was like, no. Supposed to wear that stuff. I said, I don't wear it. I do not. Well, I'm not a makeup girl. I am not a makeup girl. You are the makeup girl. I'm not a makeup girl. I said, that is going to make your skin look like crap when you're older. You're always asking why my skin doesn't look bad? That's why. I'm not a makeup girl. That is rough on your skin. I wear moisturizer and I wear a tinted moisturizer. But that is about the extent of it. And every once in a while I might put a little bit of a moisturizing blush. But I don't get really hot and heavy with the makeup. Just really don't. Then you got to remember to take all that stuff off at night so you don't trash your skin. And I'm not the best with that. I don't remember to do nothing at night except go to sleep. I mean, heck, if I'm wearing my glasses, I don't even remember to take them off. I find them all over the place. Under my face, everywhere. They be all smashed up and under my head, and some poor things, they go through all kinds of stuff. And since I wear trifocals, they go through all kinds of torture. And it's not the best thing for them. And poor trifocals get beat up. And it is so funny when you hang around guys and they really don't want to acknowledge that they're getting older, but when you're talking to them, they're like, I didn't hear you. Why not? Because I can't hear out of that side of my head. I'm like, what? They're, yeah, that side I can't hardly hear out of. We gotta talk louder on that side. I'm like, so you're saying you're hard of hearing on that side? Yeah. Okay. So we got to have the TV up really loud for him to hear, because he can't hear on that side. And then when he's trying to see something, he's like, well, I don't got my glasses on. I need to find my glasses. I said, so you wear reading glasses? Yeah, I'm supposed to wear glasses, but I don't. I'm like, okay. He said, but I don't want to wear glasses. I said, all right. I said, so how in the world do you shoot really good? He said, well, I have a really good scope. He said, because I really don't want to acknowledge that my vision's getting bad. I'm like, good God, Jim. I said, it's called getting older. It's what happens. He said, I know, but I really don't want to acknowledge it. I said, well, you kind of have to, you know. He said, I'm figuring that out, but I really don't want to. I said, I know. He said, because I'm a grown-ass man, and I just don't want to. And I said, well, time will catch up, and you're just going to have to. You know, and he gets where he limps, and his knee almost gives out on him, and all kinds of crap, you know. But he don't want to acknowledge it, and he don't want to give in to it. And so it's really interesting. Let me see how long it's been. It's been 1 hour and 8 minutes. I'm going to try to get this done. Or at least this color. I'll get this color done. I'll tell you what. We'll do this. And then I'm going to pause it right here, and then I'll show you the end. Okay, this is where we're at. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just showing you an updated picture. This is where we're at. We're right there. We're almost done. Just showing you an update. Okay, this is where we're at now.
And that's gonna
we're
be
up to here.
My beach.
I'll stay on for a few minutes so you can
inside.
watch me do a little more.
Just roughly, that way I don't have to worry about.
Oh, let me put her on pause. Put her on pause. Pause, pause. Pausity pause. Pause, pause. I'm on the bottom of this one at least. I really am. And I think what I'm going to keep from this one is some of these bright yellows. I'm gonna pull out my spares and see which ones I have, you know, a bunch of, and then if I don't need them, then I'm gonna, you know, start saving. And I got some baggies back there, and I'll save them, and then I have some trays, and then I'll make little oval trays, and then when I have my event, then I'll have oval trays that I can hand out and give out as, you know, giveaways that I can make. And I will have like some of these pinks and yellows together and the oranges and yellows together, because I was watching people do that. They were taking these drills and they were using them inside trays. And I was like, what an idea. They were using them as fillers in inside their resin. And I was like, oh, wow. You know, and that would be neat, because I could say, call it the Psyche's Dreams tray. And, you know, have different trays for different diamond paintings. And that's an idea, you know. Keep the drills from certain diamond paintings and just call it, you know, that tray's for that diamond painting. That's kind of a cool idea. I mean, that is really a neat idea, actually. Just save drills from a specific diamond painting and make trays, oval trays. They also had phone holders that you could put your cell phones in. That was kind of a cool thing. That was a neat idea. That was a neat idea also. I thought about getting that for me just so I could put my phone on it. They had cell phone holders that actually had a slot that you could put your charger through. I just don't know if I would make I don't think I want to make an Etsy store. I might just do mine on Facebook. Just have like a Facebook store. Just put them in the file section of the Facebook, you know. It's like, Etsy looks like way too much effort. Etsy looks like a big pain. A big, big pain. I would think I would just make files, make an album, put files, you know, maybe put a price, and then contact me. You know, it's like, yeah. And they all be sparkly. That's one thing about it. They all sparkly. I still stayed with sparkles, guys. So Love and Sparkle still fits. It's just, I got more sparkle. I got diamond painting sparkle, And now I got resin sparkle. And I was actually thinking on the smaller ones, I'm wondering if you could cover the diamond paintings with resin. And maybe use that as your frame, you know, just cover it with resin. Encapsulate it in resin. You know, for little ones. I mean, I don't know if I want to do a big one because that would make it awful heavy. But, yeah. My fours. I know I got some fours. Fours. Because we're almost done, guys. There's a 4 up there, so fill that hole. And a 4 right there, so fill that hole. And I know there's some more. There's 1 right there, fill that hole. And 1 right there, fill that hole. My son went to the races last night, and he's got his Charger or Trans Am that he bought out in the field and put back together. And of course, he's going through that little podunk town that little Barney Fife guy pulls over any kind of muscle car. And it was so funny. He's like, "Where are you coming from?" And he said, "Valonia." He said, "You're the wrong way." And he said, "Yeah, I went a little too far. I had to turn around." "Well, where are you going?" He goes, "I'm going to the races." It was him and his son going to the races. And he was like, "Oh, okay." Like, darn it. I mean, it was like, good Lord. I said, "Was it Barney Fife?" And he was like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, yeah, he hates muscle cars." He got me, too. It was me and your grandma. It's like, yeah, like we're really out there just, you know, out there just bracing it up. I mean, he hates them. He's a little skinny. He looks just like Barney. You know, I mean, he's a little skinny. He gets out and he like pulls his pants up. I mean, he just reminds you of Barney Fife. He's like, "Yep, that was him." I said, "Oh yeah, I've encountered Barney Fife." And you won't even have to be speeding. You can have someone that goes flying by you and he'll pull you over. He'll let them go to pull you over and give you the ticket that they deserved. Because I had that happen to me. They went flying by me, and then he pulled me over. And I was like, I was not speeding. "Well, I got you on radar." And I said, "I was not doing it. I don't care. I got you on radar." And I said, "Well, it wasn't me, but okay." And I had to go take the little Saturday class. And I told my mom, because after we left, I said, she goes, "Well, this is how fast you were going." I said, "Yeah, and this is how fast, this is what the speedometer says." She goes, "Well, then how did he get you for this?" I said, "Because it was probably the car that was in front of us that passed us." She's like, "That's not right." And I sped up a little bit because we were out of that town. I said, "This is how fast he said we were going." And she's like, "That's not how fast you were going." I said, "I know it, and you know it now." I said, "But that's how fast he said we were going." She goes, "But that's not how fast you were going. Because in that car, you could feel the difference. I mean, you felt it. You knew." And she goes, "That's not how fast you were going." I said, "I know." I said, "Because in this car, you can tell how fast you're going." And she goes, "Yeah, that's not how fast you were going." I said, "Yeah, I know." I went and took the Saturday class so that I could get, the ticket taken off. And it's just a matter of that town making money. And evidently he hates little muscle cars. So a Camaro's a little muscle car, and that little Trans Am is a little muscle car. He hates them. And evidently he hates them coming from Morrilton, because that's where he was, because he had to go down, turn around, come back. And he was like, "Well, where are you coming from?" He said, "Actually, Valonia." But he goes, "Well, that's not the way you were coming." And he goes, "Well, I went a little too far and I had to come back." "Oh, well, just giving you a warning then." So, I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh. What a dweeb. I can think of other names, but I'll say dweeb, just to be nice. But I have other names for that little man. Because he be profiling. He be profiling. Just like the other night, my brother and Jim were coming home. They'd been out fishing. And my brother takes his dog everywhere. I mean, he takes his dog everywhere. And she jumped up and hit the window controls and rolled down the windows. And it was a cold night. It gotten chilly. And because their windows were down, there was a police officer up at the school, and he profiled them because the windows were down. And so he hops out, and he followed them, and he followed them all the way down to our road, all the way down to the middle area where that crazy dude used to be, you know, the crazy one that I was kind of leery of, that my dog hated and would like chase down, want to eat. Well, he followed him all the way down to where he used to be until his little shack burned down. And he would follow him all the way down to where he lived before he turned around. I mean, that's called profiling. That's not legal. You're not supposed to profile like that. But because their windows were down on a cold night, he was profiling them. Literally. That's profiling. And that's not legal. But that's what he was doing. I mean, it's crazy. And they both carry. Because the state is now a constitutional carry. You don't even have to have a concealed permit in this state anymore. You just, I mean, like, I went and bought me a concealed carry purse. Which is, it has a zippered pocket on the outside that you just slide your weapon into to where you can just reach in there and pull your weapon out. And that's what I have. And so, you know, and that's probably what I'll carry when we go on our trip. I'll put my weapon in that pocket and carry. I mean, literally, this state is now a constitutional carry, which means you have the right to carry to defend yourself. And you don't have to have a permit. If you are old enough to buy a weapon and pass all the stuff to buy it, then you can carry it. I think last time I looked, which was about a month ago, there was 26 states that were constitutional. But there's more adding on like every day. So, I mean, go look. Your state might be a constitutional carry. And so, you know, and if it is, you don't have to have a concealed permit to carry. I mean, the only thing is like stores and stuff that say no weapons allowed, you can't carry in them, you know, because they don't want weapons in them. So you wouldn't be able to take your weapon in there because, you know, they're saying they don't want weapons in it. But other than that, you know, you can carry. Which I don't understand why they don't want weapons in there, because they might be the person that, you know, saves your butt if someone goes bonkos in there. You know, they're the people that if someone goes nuts in there and has a weapon and goes nuts, they're the people who can save your butt. And that's a true statement. Because they're the ones who will be willing to save your ass. And a lot of people who carry are ex-veterans, you know, and so it's not like we're going to run around and go bonkers and shoot everybody up. But we also don't want someone coming up on us and, you know, going bonkers and trying to shoot us up either. We want to be able to defend ourselves, and we want the right to defend ourselves. That's pretty much it. We just want the right to defend ourselves. Okay, my Y. It's right there because the other Y was jacked up. I got a 4 down here. One more 4. That, of course, I missed. And then all these L's and her face will be done. So get all these L's done and her face will be done. And then actually looking at it, it's probably about 30 by 40 left. Okay, get all these done, and then I'll get this up and loaded, pieced together, get it up there for y'all, because I told y'all I'd get you a whipping chat. And I deferred my couch. I did get around to doing that. I de-Tommy'd the couch, you know, because it was full of fur. It had been Tommyized to the max, and I'd been putting that off and putting that off and putting that off and putting that off and putting it off. Because, you know, who wants to vacuum their couch? And so I finally got that done. That was like pain in the patukas. And I went through my dresser and I got all the old, holy, you know, the stuff that had been in there for God, I don't know how long. And it was all misshapen and holy and, you know, and it was like a 30-gallon bag, so got a bunch of stuff out of it. Because he tried to move the dresser and he goes, my God, I don't know what's in there, but it don't move. So now he can move the dresser so he can paint behind it. And so clean that out. Kind of thing. There we go. And voila. Face is done. Face and lips is done. And then, of course, you know, when this is up, there we go. There we go. All done. So I'm going to get this all done, and that's the end of the whipping chat. But there's her face, completely finished, and her lips, and her hand. And she is all done there. Oh, all done. So there we go. And I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you at a later time. Love y'all. And come back. Love you guys. Bye.